no one is coming. No one is coming to fix your life. No one is coming to save your future. No one is coming to hand you the blueprint to the dream you talk about. The longer you wait for someone to change your life, the longer your life waits to change. And if that truth punches you in the gut, good, let it. Because until you stop outsourcing your destiny, you will always feel powerless. You will always feel like a victim of the winds, the economy, the opinions of others, the missed chances, the broken promises. But you are not a victim. You are the architect. You are the builder. You are the one holding the hammer. And every time you choose not to swing it, your future stays unbuilt. Success doesn't fall from the sky. It doesn't drip down like rain. It rises from within. It's not found, it's forged. And that forging begins with a single, non-negotiable truth. I am responsible for my life. Not partly, not conditionally, not if the stars align or the past was perfect. Completely. Every success, every failure, every decision, every delay, every word you speak, every action you take, they are all seeds. And the harvest of your life is not determined by your potential. It is determined by what you plant, water, and protect. You want to succeed? Take responsibility. And not the kind of responsibility that just sounds good on paper. I mean the real kind. The kind that burns away blame. The kind that kills excuses. The kind that stares into the mirror and says, if I'm not where I want to be, it's on me. Because that is where power lives. Responsibility is not a burden, it is the gateway to freedom. Responsibility is not punishment. It is ownership. And ownership is the soil where success takes root. So you want to take responsibility for your own success? Then live like everything depends on you, because it does. Take responsibility for your thoughts, because everything starts there. Every success, every breakthrough, every vision, every failure. It starts with the narrative running in your mind. You can't think defeat and walk in victory. You can't think scarcity and build abundance. You can't think small and rise big. Your thoughts are the compass. They determine the direction of your life, not your circumstances. If your thoughts are poisoned with doubt, you'll sabotage every opportunity. If your thoughts are filled with clarity, conviction, creativity, the world starts to bend to your belief. You must discipline your mind like a warrior sharpens his sword. Cut out the noise. Cut out the lies. Cut out the old programming that whispers, not you, not yet, not ever. That voice is not your truth. It is your test. Take responsibility for what you allow to live in your head, because what lives in your head will soon take residence in your life. Take responsibility for your time. Time is not money, it is life. And when you waste time, you are trading your future for your distractions. If you don't own your time, someone else will. And you will wake up one day rich in regret, bankrupt in results. You must audit your time like you audit your finances. Track it. Guard it. Budget it for your dreams, not your dopamine. If you want to change your life, don't just change what you want. Change what you prioritize. Because success is not built in some future moment of breakthrough. It is built in the minutes you are wasting right now. Scrolling, avoiding, reacting, surviving. You don't need more hours. You need more intention. You don't need more motivation. You need more ownership. You don't need more time. You need to stop bleeding it. You are not tired. You are distracted. You are not unmotivated. You are unaligned. Take control of your schedule, and you take control of your destiny. Take responsibility for your discipline. Discipline is not punishment. It is permission. Permission to rise. Permission to grow. Permission to access the life that only the committed will ever experience. You will never feel like doing the hard things, do them anyway. You will never always be inspired, show up anyway. You will never be perfect, execute anyway. Discipline is the bridge between potential and power. It is the system you build to protect your standard, because motivation will visit, but discipline lives with you. The disciplined rise when others sleep. They execute when others delay. They honor promises to themselves when no one is watching. And that's the real separator, not talent, not luck, not background. It's the people who do what's required even when they no longer feel like it. Discipline is self-respect in motion. And when you take responsibility for your discipline, you stop hoping for success, you start guaranteeing it. Take responsibility for your choices. Every choice you make is a vote for the future you want or the one you fear. You are always choosing. Even when you delay, you're choosing. Even when you avoid, you're choosing. Even when you ignore the call to rise, you are choosing decline. So, make better choices. Choose clarity over confusion. Choose execution over excuse. Choose truth over comfort. Choose greatness over familiarity. There is no neutral. You're either feeding your future or starving it. You're either building the life you want or justifying the one you tolerate. If you're not where you want to be, trace it back. The breadcrumbs will always lead to a decision or the refusal to make one. Take responsibility for every yes, every no, every moment of compromise, every spark of courage. Own it all, because what you don't own will own you, and what you delay decays. So choose now. Choose wisely, choose repeatedly, choose boldly, because your future doesn't need perfection, it needs direction. And that direction is chosen daily. Take responsibility for your energy, because your energy is your signal. It walks in the room before you do. It either repels opportunities or magnetizes them. And if your energy is heavy, scattered, anxious, desperate, that's what you'll attract. That's what you'll reinforce. That's what you'll become. You don't just have energy, you create it. You create it through your habits, through your food, through your sleep, through your inputs, through your boundaries, through the thoughts you entertain and the people you surround yourself with. Stop blaming the world for draining you. Start building a life that charges you. Take responsibility for protecting your peace. Because peace is not found. It's forged. It's scheduled. It's guarded. It's earned by eliminating what no longer aligns. Some of you aren't burnt out because you work too hard. You're burnt out because you say yes too much. You let too many things in. You tolerate too many leaks in your soul. Your energy is a sacred currency. Spend it like you're building an empire, not babysitting your ego. Protect your mornings. Protect your space. Protect your mission. Because the world will pull, but only you can plant your feet and say, I go nowhere unless it aligns. You cannot create greatness with a bankrupt spirit. You must fuel your fire, and that starts with owning the energy you bring to everything. Take responsibility for your circle, because proximity is power, and your life is the average of the people you keep close. You can't outgrow what you constantly entertain. You can't speak life while surrounding yourself with people who speak doubt. You can't build a future if you keep sharing space with those who worship the past. Some of you are still losing because you are loyal to what's killing your momentum. And this isn't about ego. This is about elevation. Take a hard look at your circle. Who challenges you? Who sharpens you? Who reminds you of your greatness, not by flattery, but by example? And who drains you? Who distracts you? Who applauds your potential but never walks in their own? It matters. It all matters. You are responsible for the rooms you walk into, the conversations you entertain, the relationships you keep alive out of guilt rather than growth. Sometimes elevation requires separation, not because they're bad, but because you're building something sacred. And sacred doesn't survive in stale atmospheres. So cut ties if you must. Walk alone if you must. But never settle in a circle that doesn't reflect your future. Your environment will either stretch you or strangle you. Own it. Take responsibility for your standard. This is the highest form of self-leadership. Because you don't rise to the level of your goals, you rise to the level of your standards. Your standard is what you allow, what you tolerate, what you expect from yourself, even when no one's looking. If your standard is weak, your results will follow. If your standard is maybe, your life will mirror uncertainty. If your standard is non-negotiable, your life becomes undeniable. Raise your standard, and everything around you must rise or fall away. People will call you obsessed good. Be obsessed with becoming everything you were born to be. Be obsessed with honoring the gift of time, talent, breath. Be obsessed with integrity, with impact, with building something that can't be shaken when the storms come. The moment you raise your standard, the moment you stop compromising, your reality shifts, because the world doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you require. And when your standard is set by who you're becoming, not by what you're escaping, everything aligns. Your thoughts align. Your time aligns. Your circle aligns. Your energy aligns. Your choices align. Your discipline aligns. And slowly, silently, without applause, your life transforms. Not because you got lucky, not because someone saved you, but because you took responsibility. Full, relentless, ruthless, radical responsibility. And from that place, you become unstoppable. Unstoppable not because the path gets easier, but because you get stronger. Because the old youth, the one who waited, who blamed, who hesitated, can no longer survive at this level. Because the new you doesn't ask for permission, doesn't apologize for ambition, doesn't shrink for the comfort of others. The new you leads from the front, leads in silence, leads by example, not explanation. And when you take full responsibility for your success, you stop looking for motivation. You become it. You stop begging life to bless you. You start walking like you're already chosen. You stop doubting your power. You start using it unapologetically. Everything changes. You speak differently. Your voice carries weight. You walk differently. Your steps have purpose. You move differently. Your presence becomes magnetic. Why? Because true responsibility creates identity, and identity drives destiny. This isn't about pretending. It's about becoming, and the ones who become who truly evolve don't just chase goals. They embody greatness, one decision at a time. They don't wait to feel ready. They decide to be ready enough. They don't need all the answers. They trust that action will teach them. They don't need the conditions to be perfect. They rise anyway because rising isn't about ease. It's about ownership. So look around. Look at your life. Every part of it. Your health, your income, your relationships, your focus, your results. And instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what am I allowing? What am I choosing? What have I delayed? Because those questions, the hard ones, will save your future. No more blaming. No more waiting. No more wishing. Now it's choosing. Now it's creating. Now it's becoming. Responsibility is not a burden, it is a crown. And when you wear it with honor, the world starts to bend toward your becoming. Not because it owes you, but because you finally stepped into your rightful place. You are the author now. Write like your life depends on it, because it does. Build like you'll hand it to the next generation, because you will. Speak, walk, live like you were sent, because you were. And from this day forward, let it be known. You took responsibility for your own success, and you never looked back. Then, let's continue deeper, louder, and more focused than ever. Because once you've claimed responsibility, the next truth strikes. You must take radical action. Not random action. Not desperate action. Deliberate. Directed. Decisive. You cannot meditate your way to mastery. You cannot visualize your way into victory without movement. You have to move. You have to execute. Because clarity without action is just intellectual comfort. Vision without action is just fantasy. Gratitude without action is just sentiment. The difference between the ones who dream and the ones who dominate is execution. The ones who rise aren't the most inspired, they are the most intentional. They move with urgency, not anxiety, urgency. A sacred pressure that says, today matters, this minute counts, this moment is a vote for the man or woman I will become. And that urgency? It's the language of the successful. It's how they speak without words. It's how they enter rooms and shift the energy. It's how they finish what others only fantasize about. Because when you operate from responsibility, every moment becomes sacred. Every conversation becomes an opportunity. Every action becomes a declaration. This is who I am now. And you don't wait for evidence, you create it. Because that's what action does. It silences doubt. It destroys fear. It builds proof. Every rep you take, every task you finish, every discipline you honor is another brick in the foundation of a life that cannot be shaken. And in the process, something else is born. Gratitude. Not the kind you post on social media. Not the kind you speak when life is easy. The kind you feel when you're in the fire and you thank the fire. Because you know it's making you better. You know it's burning away what no longer belongs. You know it's shaping you for a life most people will never touch because most people will never endure. You are not most people. Most people run from resistance. You recognize it as training. Most people avoid discomfort. You see it as a divine invitation to grow. That's gratitude. The ability to thank the grind, to bless the burden, to honor the hurt that's building a version of you this world has never seen. Gratitude is the weapon of the unbreakable. Because when you can be grateful in the valley, the mountain becomes inevitable. When you can be grateful while unseen, you will be unstoppable when revealed. And as you walk this path, owning your thoughts, your time, your discipline, your circle, your choices, your standard, your action, the world will shift. But it won't shift for you until you shift for you. And that shift will require your ability to adapt, because the plan will break. People will leave. Timelines will stretch. Outcomes will change. And if your success is tied to the way you expected things to go, you'll collapse. But if your success is tied to your identity, to who you are, regardless of what happens, then you are untouchable. Adaptability is the strength that lives beyond strategy. It's the wisdom that says, the mission stays, the method bends. And this is where you rise above the rest. Because most people fold when the road bends. They confuse delay with denial. They confuse redirection with rejection. But not you. You bend. You flow. You move like water, soft enough to adapt, strong enough to carve through stone. Because you didn't come here to be rigid. You came here to become, and becoming demands resilience. The ability to get knocked down and rise with more fire. The ability to walk through dark seasons with your standard intact. The ability to cry, to break, to question, and still continue. Resilience is the art of staying faithful to the future, even when the present is silent. Even when the numbers don't reflect the effort. Even when the people you trusted fall away. Even when the vision feels distant. You keep going, because you didn't start this for applause. You started this for alignment. And when you are aligned with truth, with discipline, with vision, nothing can break you. The world may shake. Your emotions may tremble, but your spirit stands. And as you stand, you grow. You learn. You learn that failure was feedback. You learn that delay was development. You learn that struggle was strategy. And the more you learn, the more dangerous you become, not to others, but to the voice inside that once said, I can't. Because now that voice is gone, replaced with a new rhythm, a new language, a new identity. You are no longer the person who once waited. You are the person who walks. And the world, the people, the opportunities, the platforms they respond to, the one who walks with certainty. So keep walking, keep speaking, keep building, because this is how it ends. Not with a wish, not with a whisper, but with a roar that says, I took responsibility for my life. I paid the price. I became the fire. And I built a future no one can take from me. The words you speak have power. They carry weight, they move people, they shape the world. What you say, how you say it, and when you say it can create change, influence decisions, and stir hearts. But all of this is only possible when you master the skill of public speaking. It doesn't matter how knowledgeable you are, how skilled you've become, or how hard you've worked to climb the ladder of success. If you cannot communicate effectively, your voice will go unheard, and your potential will remain untapped. The art of speaking in front of an audience isn't just about standing in front of people and reciting words. It's about conveying emotion, igniting thoughts, and creating a connection that inspires action. Public speaking is a skill that can be honed, mastered, and used to transform not only your life, but the lives of others. But like any skill, it requires work. It requires practice. It requires overcoming fear, battling self-doubt, and stepping into your own greatness. The ability to communicate effectively is not just about what you say, it's about how you make people feel, how you captivate their attention, and how you create a lasting impact on their minds and hearts. So, how do you master this art? How do you transform your ability to speak into a tool for influence and change? It begins with understanding the core elements of public speaking and committing to the work it takes to become a master of communication. The power of confidence. The first step in mastering public speaking is understanding that confidence is the foundation. No one wants to listen to someone who lacks confidence. Your audience is not just paying attention to your words, they are also sensing your energy, your presence, your belief in yourself. When you speak with confidence, you command respect, attention, and trust. But confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you develop, and it begins with your mindset. You must shift your thinking from, I hope I don't mess up, to, I know I can do this, and I have something valuable to share. Confidence is built through repeated exposure and practice. The more you speak, the more comfortable you will become. The more you put yourself out there, the more confident you will feel. Imagine standing in front of an audience. You feel the weight of their eyes on you, their expectations heavy in the air. In that moment, you can either shrink back in fear, or you can rise to the occasion with unwavering confidence, knowing that you belong in that space. One of the most important ways to build confidence is to prepare. Preparation is power. The more prepared you are, the more confident you will feel in your ability to deliver. It's not about memorizing every word. It's about knowing the material so well that you can speak from the heart effortlessly. Mastering body language. Your body speaks long before your words ever do. Nonverbal communication is often more powerful than what comes out of your mouth. The way you stand, the gestures you make, the way you move everything sends a message. Your body language can either reinforce your message or completely undermine it. Imagine speaking to an audience while hunched over, avoiding eye contact and shuffling your feet. The message you're sending is that you're unsure of yourself, disconnected, and not fully present. But if you stand tall, make eye contact, and use purposeful gestures, you exude confidence and command attention. When you speak, you are not just sharing information, you are communicating your belief in your message. Your body should reflect that belief. When you stand tall, move with purpose, and maintain a strong, open posture, you invite others to listen to you. Your body should be an extension of your message, not something separate from it. Practice controlling your body language. Make a conscious effort to stand tall, move with intention, and use gestures to emphasize key points. This will not only make you appear more confident, but it will also enhance the impact of your words. Engaging your audience. To be a great public speaker, you must engage your audience not just with your words, but with your energy, your emotions, and your presence. Public speaking is not a one-way street, it's a conversation. You are not just speaking at people. You are speaking with them, inviting them into your world, and creating a shared experience. The best speakers know how to read their audience. They understand the importance of timing, pacing, and pauses. They know when to speed up, when to slow down, when to emphasize, and when to allow silence to linger. Every moment of your speech is an opportunity to create a connection. Whether it's through a powerful story, a humorous anecdote, or a thought-provoking question, the goal is to keep your audience hooked, to keep them engaged, and to make them feel like they are a part of the journey. Ask questions. Interact. Involve your audience. You don't need to have every moment planned out. Sometimes the best moments in a speech come from spontaneous interaction. When you can make your audience feel like they are a part of the conversation, you create a deeper connection, a bond that makes your message more memorable. The art of storytelling. Stories are the bridge between you and your audience. They are the most powerful way to engage, teach, and inspire. People remember stories far longer than they remember facts or statistics. A well-told story can evoke emotions, change perspectives, and move people to action. Great public speakers are great storytellers. They weave their messages into stories that are relatable, emotional, and memorable. Whether it's a personal experience, a story about someone else, or a metaphor that illustrates a key point, storytelling is the tool that brings your message to life. To master storytelling, you need to understand the elements that make a story powerful. You need a clear beginning, middle, and end. You need to engage your audience with a compelling hook, create tension or conflict, and then deliver a resolution that ties everything together. But most importantly, your story must be authentic. People connect with truth. They feel it. When you use stories, you don't just give your audience information. You give them an experience. You transport them to another time, another place, and invite them to see the world through your eyes. This is the magic of public speaking. Developing your voice. Your voice is your instrument. And like any instrument, it needs to be tuned, controlled, and perfected. The way you use your voice can make or break your speech. A powerful voice commands attention, resonates with your audience, and adds weight to your message. A weak or monotonous voice has the opposite effect. It can cause your audience to tune out and lose interest. Master the power of pacing. Don't rush through your speech. Use pauses to create tension, to allow your audience to absorb key points, and to build anticipation. Vary your tone. Well-placed rise in pitch can add excitement, while a drop in tone can convey seriousness or depth. Control your volume. Don't be afraid to raise your voice when emphasizing an important point, and use softer tones when speaking intimately or reflectively. Above all, your voice should be authentic. Speak from your heart. Speak with emotion. Let your passion shine through every word you utter. When you speak from a place of truth and conviction, your audience will listen and they will believe in you. The final key: practice and repetition. Public speaking is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice. You will not become a great speaker overnight. You must commit to continual improvement. The more you speak, the better you will get. Repetition is the key to mastering any craft, and public speaking is no different. Don't shy away from speaking opportunities. Every moment in front of an audience is a chance to refine your skills. Record yourself, listen to your delivery, and ask for feedback. The greatest speakers are always learning, always improving, always striving to become better. Climactic conclusion. Step into your power. Public speaking is not just about delivering words, it's about delivering impact. It's about using your voice, your presence, and your energy to move people, to challenge them, and to inspire them to take action. The world needs your voice. It needs the ideas, the passion, and the unique perspective that only you can offer. Step into your power. Own the stage. Speak with confidence, speak with clarity, and speak with the belief that your message has the power to change lives. When you master the art of public speaking, you don't just change how people hear you, you change how they see the world. Your time is now. The stage is yours. Take a deep breath, stand tall, and let your words change the world. The stage is set. The world is waiting. Your words have the power to ignite, to challenge, to inspire, and to transform. Every time you step up to speak, you are given an opportunity to change the trajectory of someone's life. This is the weight and the beauty of the responsibility you carry as a public speaker. Every great speaker before you started somewhere, they were once uncertain, nervous, and unsure of their ability to connect. But what they did differently was they showed up, they kept learning, and they didn't let fear or insecurity control them. They took their message and their purpose seriously enough to keep speaking, refining, and growing. And so must you. The commitment to continual growth? Becoming a great public speaker requires a commitment to growth that extends beyond just learning techniques and strategies. It requires the courage to constantly evolve, to push yourself out of your comfort zone, and to continually test your limits. Mastery comes from repetition and reflection. After every speech, reflect on what went well and what could have been improved. Understand that mastery is never truly complete. It is a lifelong journey of refining, learning, and applying new tools to your craft. The most successful public speakers don't stop at good enough. They are always seeking new ways to engage their audience, to improve their delivery, and to deepen their connection with their listeners. They are always studying new techniques, watching other great speakers, and seeking feedback from those around them. As you continue on your journey, remember this: the greatest public speakers are those who never stop learning and growing. You must embrace the discomfort of pushing yourself to speak more, to speak differently, and to speak with even more impact. This commitment to growth is what will allow you to influence, to move, and to empower others. Connecting with your audience, the heart of public speaking. Remember, public speaking is not about you, it's about your audience. The most powerful speeches are the ones that connect deeply with those who are listening. When you speak, you are offering them more than just words. You are offering them a piece of yourself, a message that resonates with their hopes, dreams, and struggles. Every time you speak, think about how you can serve your audience, how you can make their lives better, how you can provide value. This mindset will shift the way you deliver your message. Instead of seeing public speaking as a performance, see it as a conversation and opportunity to give, to inspire, and to impact lives. Your audience wants to feel heard. They want to feel understood. They want to know that your words are for them, that you are speaking from a place of empathy and authenticity. When you connect with your audience on a deep level, they will listen and they will remember you. In the end, public speaking is not about impressing others with your knowledge or your skills. It's about creating an emotional connection, building trust, and leaving your audience with something that lingers long after you've finished speaking. Becoming a speaker who inspires action. Great speakers don't just leave their audience with inspiration. They leave them with action. The true power of public speaking lies in your ability to move your audience to do something, to take the lessons from your speech and apply them to their lives. Every speech you give should have a purpose, a call to action. What do you want your audience to do after hearing you speak? Whether it's making a change in their mindset, taking a step toward their own goals, or spreading your message to others, a great speech inspires action. Inspire your audience to move forward. Give them tools, give them motivation, and give them the encouragement they need to take that first step. Make sure that when they walk away, they feel empowered to act. The power of vulnerability. As a public speaker, one of the most powerful tools you have is vulnerability. Your willingness to be open, to share your struggles, your failures, and your growth journey can create a deep connection with your audience. People connect with realness, with authenticity. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you allow your audience to see the human side of you. They are not just listening to a speaker, they are listening to someone who understands their struggles and their dreams. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is strength. It takes courage to stand in front of an audience and expose your true self, but it is in this openness that you create the space for real transformation. When you speak from a place of truth, your audience will connect with you on a profound level. Taking action, your journey to greatness. If you want to be a great public speaker, the first and most important step is to take action. Every speech you give, every opportunity to speak in front of others is a chance to learn, to improve, and to grow. You can read all the books, watch all the videos, and take all the courses in the world, but none of that matters unless you step up and speak. Action is the only way to transform your potential into reality. The more you practice, the more you will refine your style, your message, and your delivery. The more you speak, the more confident you will become. You cannot master public speaking by waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is right now. Take that first step. Commit to showing up, and use every opportunity as a chance to become better, stronger, and more powerful in your ability to communicate. Climactic conclusion. Your voice is your power. Now is your time. Your voice is powerful. Your message is needed. You have something to offer the world. And public speaking is the gateway to sharing that message with those who need to hear it most. You are not just a speaker, you are a catalyst for change. You have the ability to inspire, to challenge, and to move people to action. There is greatness in your words, and it's time to unleash it. No more holding back. No more waiting for the right time. The right time is now. You were born to speak, to lead, and to create an impact. Step into that power. Let your voice be heard. And know this: the world needs your message now more than ever. Stand tall, speak with conviction, and let the world hear your voice. Because you were meant for greatness, and the world is waiting for you to rise to it. Now is your moment. Step into your power. Speak and change the world. The stage is yours. And every time you step onto it, you are not simply delivering words, you are stepping into a moment that can transform not just your life, but the lives of everyone who hears you. Public speaking is not just an opportunity, it's a responsibility. Every speech you give, every word you speak, has the potential to spark a fire in the hearts of others, to awaken something deep within them, and to inspire them to take action. This is the power you hold. You have within you the ability to influence, to guide, and to uplift. But this power requires courage, consistency, and the unwavering belief in your message. It requires you to keep showing up, even when fear tries to take hold, and even when you don't feel ready. The truth is, you will never feel ready until you step into it, until you choose to act, despite the doubt, despite the hesitation. Embrace the power of preparation. Preparation is the backbone of any great speaker. The difference between a mediocre speech and a great one is not in the words, but in the preparation. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't know how to convey it effectively, it will be wasted. Preparation allows you to organize your thoughts, anticipate your audience's needs, and craft a message that resonates deeply. Every moment you spend preparing, whether it's refining your words, practicing your delivery, or visualizing your success, builds the foundation of your speech. Preparation instills confidence because it allows you to trust in your ability to communicate with impact. But preparation doesn't stop with the words. It's about being prepared to connect, to engage, to respond to your audience. It's about creating a space where you can not only speak, but listen, where your message flows in harmony with the energy of the room. The best speakers are always prepared. They know their material inside and out, but they also know that true connection goes beyond facts and figures. It's about bringing your whole self into the moment, engaging with the energy around you, and being adaptable in the face of the unexpected. Overcome fear with focus. Fear is a natural part of being human, especially when it comes to public speaking. Fear is not something to eliminate, it's something to harness. Fear is a signal that you are stretching beyond your comfort zone, that you are about to grow, and that you are challenging yourself to be more than you've ever been. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, use it as fuel. The best way to transform fear into focus is through preparation and action. The more prepared you are, the more confident you will feel, and the less room fear will have to control you. Fear thrives in uncertainty, but certainty comes through practice, through repetition, and through mastery of your craft. When you stand before an audience, take a deep breath. Remember that they are not here to judge you. They are here to listen, to learn, and to be inspired. Focus on the message, not the fear. Shift your attention away from yourself and onto the audience. Understand that your words are not about impressing them, they are about offering them something that can change their lives. This focus will help dissolve fear and allow you to speak with purpose, with power, and with passion. The importance of authenticity. Authenticity is the secret ingredient that turns a good speech into a great one. People don't connect with a facade. They connect with the real you. When you speak from your heart, when you let your vulnerability show, you create a space where others can feel safe to connect with you. Authenticity is the key to truly engaging your audience. It's what makes your words resonate with them on a deeper level. When you speak from a place of authenticity, you allow your passion, your experiences, and your humanity to shine through. And it's this raw energy that invites people to listen, to believe, and to act. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to mimic the style of other speakers. Be yourself. Your message is unique to you, And when you speak from a place of true authenticity, your audience will feel it. They will trust you more, they will listen more intently, and they will take action on what you say. Your authenticity will be your greatest asset. It is what will set you apart from others and allow you to create a deep connection with your audience. Speak with your own voice, your own truth, and watch how your message transforms those who hear it. The power of reflection and feedback. Great public speakers don't just perform, they reflect. After every speech, take the time to reflect on what went well and what could be improved. Ask yourself, what moments truly connected with the audience? What did I say that caused them to lean in? What could I have done differently to make a stronger impact? Reflection is an essential tool for growth. It allows you to see your progress, to identify areas for improvement, and to celebrate the milestones you've reached. The more you reflect, the clearer your path to improvement becomes. But reflection is only part of the equation. Feedback is the mirror that helps you see what you can't. Seek out feedback from trusted individuals, whether it's from mentors, colleagues, or even audience members. Listen with an open mind and use their insights to fine-tune your skills. Feedback is a gift that accelerates your growth. Remember, feedback is not a critique of who you are. It's a guide to help you become the best version of yourself as a speaker. Your moment to shine. Step into the spotlight. As you step into your next speaking opportunity, remember this. You are not just standing in front of an audience. You are standing in front of a community, waiting to hear what you have to offer. The world needs your voice, your message, and your unique perspective. Your message has the power to change the world, and the world needs you to speak it. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect audience, or the perfect circumstances. The time to speak is now. The time to share your gift is now. Every speech is a chance to create lasting impact, to spark change, and to leave behind a legacy of inspiration and transformation. You have everything you need within you to master public speaking. It's a journey that requires dedication, practice, and a commitment to continual growth. Climactic conclusion. Rise and speak. The world is waiting for your voice, for your message, for your truth. It is time to rise up, to take the stage, and to speak with the confidence, clarity, and conviction that only you can bring. You are ready. You have everything it takes to become the speaker you've always wanted to be. Don't wait. Step into your greatness now. Speak, not just to be heard, but to inspire, to empower, and to make a difference. The world is listening, and it's waiting for you to rise and speak with purpose. This is your moment. Let your voice be the one that changes lives. Let your words be the spark that ignites action, and let your message be the one that echoes long after you finish speaking. The stage is yours. Own it. Now is your moment. The world is waiting for you to step into the spotlight and share the power of your words. You are no longer bound by fear, hesitation, or self-doubt. You are equipped with everything you need to speak your truth, to captivate, and to inspire. The stage is not a place of judgment. It is a platform of opportunity, a chance for you to connect, to influence, and to leave your mark. Your voice is a gift, and when you speak with purpose, passion, and authenticity, you become an instrument of transformation. You have the power to change lives, and that power begins with your willingness to show up, to rise above the noise, and to speak from the heart. The fear that once held you back, the self-doubt that clouded your potential, they no longer have a place in your journey. You are more than capable of commanding the attention of any room, of captivating your audience, and of creating a lasting impact. It starts with you believing in your message, in your ability, and in the profound impact you can make on the world. Do not wait for the world to tell you it's your time. Take this moment and claim it as your own. The time for action is now. The world is waiting for your voice, for your story, and for the change you are about to create. Don't hold back. Speak your truth with power, with purpose, and with passion. This is the moment that will propel you into the future you've always dreamed of. When you speak, speak with conviction, When you share your story, let it resonate with authenticity. When you rise on that stage, stand tall, knowing that you are not just speaking to an audience, you are speaking to the world, to those who need to hear your message, to those who will be transformed by your words. The future belongs to those who are willing to use their voice. So let your voice be heard. Let it echo across the world. Your message, your purpose, your power, they are ready to change everything. Now is your time. Own it. Speak it. Transform the world.